I don't like clowns.
Our country
is our home.
The problem.
Hi, I'm from Minneapolis. I've lived in Minneapolis for 10 years and I love it there. And I just wanted to get on here and say that nobody in Minneapolis, nobody in South Minneapolis, or like any part of Minneapolis wants anything to happen to our Somali neighbors and our Somali community members. We don't want anything to happen to our Spanish-speaking neighbors and community members and friends and family members and the kids and their parents and their grandparents. We don't want anything to happen to them. Nobody is asking for these people to come in and take our friends and neighbors and families and coworkers. Not a single person in Minneapolis wants this. I just want to make that abundantly clear.
The result.
Hello, Nick Shirley, I'm talking to you, Nick Shirley. I tell you everything. I want to tell you everything. Let me just change my accent to American accent. I will be right back for you. Please don't go. So there is this guy named Nick Shirley who's going around the Twin Cities harassing Somali childcare centers. And what I wanted to ask this guy is, hey, number one, tell me, why are you only talking, see the accent is back, damn. So why are you only talking to, people that can't speak English?
Say yourself, you can't speak the language.
Why don't they stay in their own country?
Why are you only interviewing individuals who are having language barrier? I mean, I know there are a lot of English-speaking Somalis around, and I get it. This is like to feed the narrative, right? However, when you have zero evidence to back up these claims, it's really affecting our businesses. It's affecting our image as a Somali people. I get it. It's hard to believe that this community, this minority community who's been here less than 35 years is, building businesses, building brands, buying houses.
You mean stealing
luxury houses? Then I get it. It's like, where is this money coming from? But hey, I promise you, it's not coming from childcare centers. I worked at a childcare center, okay? I worked at their office. They get audits every 6 months, okay? The government employees shows up out of nowhere just to do a random checkup, okay? They are heavily looked on. The government does not ignore these things. So
You lie.
Oh, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Let's just be happy with the Somali community. Let's just be, we're just thriving, man. We are getting degrees and making money, and we are doctors, and we are nurses, and we are social workers, and it's hard to believe. I get it, but it should not be that hard to believe because we are here and we are contributing to society. Get with it, okay? Baha iyo meeshaad ka timaadeen bawase.
This is a little Somali girl in Minnesota.
Support everyone, and because people deserve to be here, because we shouldn't be illegal when this is literally stolen land.
See how the left did this? Now it's even coming from the mouths of children that this country isn't legitimate and it's all stolen land.
Across millennia, empires have expanded, leaving their mark on conquered lands. Every foot of land throughout the world has been conquered by someone.
Building an entire army of people who believe that they just have every right to come and take your stuff because your stuff is not legitimate. Your country is not legitimate. Your citizenship, your nationhood is not legitimate. Your ancestry is not legitimate. I'm not going to tell off a kid, but to this kid's parents or whoever's teaching her this crap at school, this is conquered land, and I'm descended from the conquerors. So while I appreciate this little window into what's being said behind closed doors, maybe you guys ought to revise what you're preaching, because the patience of the American people has grown more than thin on this topic. This is not stolen land. This is the United States of America. If you can't respect and abide by that, then
get the fuck out.
If you're Minneapolis.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, ya Allah.
This is Little Mogadishu, Minneapolis, the unofficial capital of the 100,000 plus Somalis that have made Minnesota their home, but not everyone wants them here.
The president says he doesn't want any Somalis living in the U.S. after a few dozen were implicated in a COVID relief fraud case.
Do you speak any English?
Somali. French.
No English? This community speak English?
Yeah, why not? What I'm speaking now? Am I speaking for Greek?
Why are you so revved up right now?
That takes time. Somalis came here 30 years ago.
You think 30 years is not enough time to assimilate?
I do not agree with the assimilation. I came from Virginia previously.
Why from Virginia to Minnesota?
Well, we have more Somali, more power. We have more political power.
They should have.
Zero political capital.
We can have better chances here.
Have you heard about the statewide welfare fraud? Estimated $1 billion+.
I think that one's fair. Maybe the small portion is accurate. I don't think that's not the accurate description for the whole community.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are small. They set up these feeding centers all across the state, and we're getting payments out to these feeding centers, but kids aren't actually being fed.
How deep does this fraud rabbit hole go?
We're told it gets up potentially $8 billion here in the state. Really, that's picking the easy to get fruit. There's really no telling how deep it is.
We have autism centers around the state being fraudulently billed, made up autism cases. They don't actually have a diagnosis, but they're being charged for it.
Families with autistic children, with disabled children who aren't getting services because other families in the state are deciding to lie and say, oh, I have an autistic child, and they get a kickback. There isn't a hatred of Somalians or anything like that here. This is something that needs to come to an end. The Somali community here in Minnesota, they need to take some accountability and police themselves. This has to be tackled, and everybody needs to be part of that solution.
Bad idea.
They're incapable of policing themselves.
People work way too hard for billions of dollars, whether it's a Republican doing the fraud or a Democrat doing the fraud. Fraud is fraud, so we should hold each and every single person accountable for it.
Only Americans who's concerned with the Somali business is the ones who have no life. They have a lot of time in their hand. They broke. They don't have no money, no ambition, nothing. They don't even have hobbies. They depressed. They lonely. You know, it's always those type of people who care about situations like this. You know, people who have something going on for their life, right? They're busy in their career, their family. They taking vacation, they enjoying their life. You know, they're not concerned with the Somalians in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Only people you will see who's worrying about this is not even racist. They just broke. They just don't have anything going on. They're broken spiritually, physically, and financially. That's what it is. They don't have any.
Self-proclaimed
freeloader?
You know why these scams in Minnesota should not surprise anybody? Because Somalia ranks 179th out of the 180 countries ranked on the Corruption Perceptions Index. And when you import vast amounts of people from a low-trust, corrupt society where scams are rampant, don't be surprised when they engage in low-trust scam behavior. You're seeing this all over Europe, where all of these high-trust societies are bringing in hordes of people from low-trust societies, and then they're surprised when the welfare programs that depend on social trust, they're surprised when those are taken advantage of. That's exactly what happened in Minnesota. You have a welfare program that depended on a high level of social trust, and that social trust was violated by people who come from a society that has low levels of social trust. Again, they were ranked 179th out of the 180 countries ranked on the Corruption Perceptions Index. Don't be surprised.
We was kings.
We was kings. Okay, well, why are you all in Sweden then? Like, do you have any idea how bad Africa had to be for millions of poor people to say, fuck t-shirt weather every day. Let's go find out what's up the ass crack of Russia. Yes, let us go relocate ourselves to live upon the zit on the back of Siberia. Yes.
Ziva, you don't get a treat till she sits. Sit.
It is a messed up world.